Welcome back. Let's go back to one of our top stories for today. The Inkatha Freedom Party says it's working towards demystifying the myth that they are a regional or tribal party. It has opened its first office in Mahikeng in the northwest. Though the IFP has been contesting elections in the northwest, it has not managed to secure a seat at any of the municipalities or the provincial legislature. IFP National Chairperson Gwala joins us now for more on this conversation. He joins us via our video link. Mr. Gwala, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. Let's start off here. As you begin, your expansion as a political party and preparing for the local government elections, let's talk about, this office in which you have opened. It is truly a historic moment for you as a party. Mr. Gwala, can you hear me? Hi, Blessed Gwala, can you hear me? All right, it seems as if we are continuing to struggle with that line to the IFP National Chairperson there, Blessed Gwala. We'll try and see if we can re-establish that line for you. But let's continue with this now. The IFP says it hopes that the KwaZulu-Natal government will move to save the Inkatha Bank. The bank is facing the possibility of liquidation. The IFP says it will not allow the bank to be liquidated like the VBS Mutual Bank.
It is unfortunate what is happening with the Prudential Authority exerting this kind of pressure on Inkatha Bank. For us, as the IFP in particular, we're very, very passionate about the Inkatha Bank. We have an emotional attachment to the Inkatha Bank because it was founded pre-1994 by Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi as a KwaZulu Finance Corporation. And at that time, we know that the banks that we have, and even nowadays we still have difficulties of banks granting loans to people that may not have enough security, and particularly people in rural areas and emerging entrepreneurs. But the KwaZulu Finance Corporation, Development Corporation, acted as a vehicle to provide financial support, and many business houses that we have today, black-owned business houses in the country, started with finance from the KFC. It eventually transformed into being Inkatha Bank. Yes, they've had their challenges with the Prudential Authority, but I can assure you that as my national chair had said, that the President, the Premier, the MEC Zondi, we're all working very, very hard with Treasury and the Minister of Finance nationally to see how we can put measures in place to ensure the continued existence of Inkatha Bank, and also to reassure the investors and everybody else that Inkatha Bank is not VBS Bank. We are not going anywhere with your money.
All right, let's try and go back to that story once again when it comes to the Inkatha Freedom Party opening its first regional office in the northwest in Mahikeng. And we'll try Mr. Blessed Gwala once again via our video link. He is the IFP National Chairperson. Mr. Gwala, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. I'm just trying hard to make sure that you can hear us once again. Tell us more about the opening of the IFP's office in the northwest. Mr. Gwala, can you hear me?
Yes, but very low.
All right. I was just asking if you could just give us an insight there when it comes to your efforts as the IFP of expanding your party beyond just, KZN and beyond the likes of Gauteng to other provinces with the opening of this new office in Mahikeng.
I think it is important to clarify the position that it is a myth to suggest that the IFP is or was a regional party or a Zulu party in the first place, because no evidence from the founders of the IFP that the purpose was to establish a Zulu party. This is an insult not only to the founder of the IFP, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, but it's an insult to the whole African frontline states who suggested that Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi must form a membership-based organization and sent Dr. K.K. Kaunda of Zambia to have such a discussion with Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, of which O.R. Tambo, who was the then president of the ANC, nodded to that suggestion, and the IFP was actually established, not as a Zulu party, not as a regional party, but as a party for the people of South Africa. In fact, if you can, whoever can follow the documents, there is a recording where the former Minister of Police, Jeanette Kruger, summoned Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi to Pretoria because he wanted to shut down the IFP because it's recruiting membership to all other race groups within the borders of South Africa, of which Dr. Buthelezi clarified the position, and then Dr. Kruger failed to arrest the prince or to ban the IFP.
And Mr. Gwala, I mean, you are saying that when it comes to, the insults, you are saying that it's been insulting for many people to call your party a regional party and to call it a Zulu party. But why hasn't it taken you so long to expand to other provinces? I mean, you've got a very large presence in the likes of Gauteng and in KwaZulu-Natal. And I mean, even when you look at the results of the 2024 national elections, it really shows a very strong presence of your party in KwaZulu-Natal.
No, I understand the point that you are raising, but there are things which you need to also to know. That there was an ANC propaganda while the ANC was in exile after the establishment of the COSATU and other organizations, the UDM, the UDF, and then they labeled and they continued with this propaganda that is a Zulu party. But it has never been a Zulu party. Not at all. And you must also think and read the verbatim debates between Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi and the leaders of government of the past.
Yeah.
Where they wanted, that was the government of the day, at that time.
All right, and maybe then tell us now, Mr. Gwala, when it comes to your move as the IFP going to the Northwest to try and expand when it comes to some of your supporters. We appreciate the history behind it, but maybe let's talk about the now. As we prepare for the 2026 local government elections and the opening of the Northwest, why particularly a focus on Mahikeng and a focus on the Northwest?
No, I'm not focusing only in Mahikeng and Northwest. I'm deployed in Limpopo, and there are some leaders who are deployed in Free State and others to other provinces. It's not only me who is deployed there. All senior leaders of the IFP in the National Executive Committee are deployed in various provinces to do what I am doing. And I've been there for almost 9 years. But there were some other things which has actually prevented us to continue doing well in these provinces, such as the COVID-19, for example.
Yeah.
When we built the structures, then there was the COVID-19, and then there was a breakdown between ourselves and our members.
All right. And then when it comes to, your reach and the kind of people you'd like to see continue to vote for you, I mean, you're coming in to this province and you are mentioning, of course, you are doing a lot of work in other provinces at the same time, but you're also coming in during a very tricky time where you find yourselves where many people had thought that, the MK party would be a threat to the likes of, the ANC, but it seems as if that it's becoming a threat to a number of other political parties, with now being the official opposition. Do you think that you've got stiff competition with the likes of the MK party?
No, we are not worried about the MK. It is a party on its own, and we are independent as the IFP, and will continue as such, and then we'll compete like any other political parties that are in South Africa who are registered. But we are not scared that because the emergence of the MK party, then we begin to spread ourselves, spread wings to other provinces. Because, as I have indicated, that I've been in Northwestern Limpopo for more than 9 years.
Yeah.
And MK was not there.
And when it comes to your preparations as a party for the 2026 local government elections, you know, which other provinces will you be expanding to? Like you're saying that you've been deployed to Limpopo for 9 years now. Which other provinces will be of a priority, you know, so that you can try and get as many seats in various municipalities in the country?
No, I can't guess, my sister, except that as we are establishing structures in Northwestern Limpopo, and other colleagues are doing so in other provinces, is because we want that when the time comes for the election, we have a strong base, we have a strong leaders who understand the policies of the party and also understand the manifesto of the party. So we are just pulling ourselves as we have been doing in the past. But we are doing better than ever before as we speak.
All right.
That's why we opened a provincial office in order, because we have leaders now in all the districts of Northwest.
All right, Mr. Gwala, thank you so much for your time and for that insight there. That is Blessed Gwala. He is the National Chairperson of the IFP. Continuing there, saying that calling the IFP a regional party or a Zulu party really is insulting to the party, and that they were never a regional party, as he puts it. And of course, saying that they are putting in the work ahead of the 2026 local government elections, of course, with the opening there of that local office in Mahikeng in the northwest. And work also beginning there as well as in Limpopo. But of course, they are continuing to put in the work ahead of the election.